Marjorie, how's it going?
How's it going?
Good. I feel like it's been forever since I saw you in London, just lifetimes ago.
I know what I would do to go back to that night where we randomly met at a restaurant. That was amazing.
I know. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll get started. I'm super excited to hear from you, what you've been up to. So Marjorie Morrison is the CEO of Psych Hub, which she's going to tell us all about with really incredible tools for all of you to use. What you're doing to help frontline workers and really everyone during this pandemic and beyond. So you've been in this space a long time. So thank you so much for joining us, and I will hand it over to you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm really honored to be here, and I think this is just such a great event. I am going to share some screen here. Let's see here. See if this works out. Are you guys okay? Can you see my screen? I am going to be assuming that you can see it, but I'm hoping all good. But so Psych Hub is we are a online platform for all mental health education. So we have a bunch of different things, but today I want to talk about getting you a lot of different resources to help amplify the great work that you all do in whatever your lives are. We can all use better tools around mental health literacy. I co-founded Psych Hub with former Congressman Patrick Kennedy. We both come at this from several decades of advocacy in this space. And the first thing I want to talk to you today about is our mental health ally certification. And we are seeing tremendous success with we also call it MHAC. So if I say that, you're going to know why. We're having tremendous success with it because it really helps the average person learn how to help support somebody who might be needing a friend. And as you all know, mental health is such a big deal right now, and we just don't have enough resources people to meet the need. And so the issue that we talk about all the time is not everybody needs to see a licensed mental health provider. Some people do, but for others, having somebody who is an ally who can help get them through a difficult time can do so much of it. And I have a little video, but I'm not going to show it. Sorry about that. So what our mental health ally certification is it's broken down into micro certs. So it's 8 modules, and we have mental health competency. So just kind of an overview. We do a deeper dive into mental health. We have a module on substance use and opiates. We have one on suicide prevention, and then safety planning. So a lot on competency, but then also what do you say to someone that might be suicidal? And we talk to the folks from the Columbia screening on talking about how to do that. We also teach you about safety planning on intimate partner violence. We have a module on diversity and mental health, and then one on overcoming bias. And then motivational interviewing, which is really how to have hard conversations and just being able to kind of use those skills that you would learn. It's hard sometimes, especially when you think someone's struggling. And the way that we do our MHAC is it's very engaging. It's a combination of lived experience and role plays and animations and games. And so it moves really quickly, and you earn these micro certs. And then at the end, you can get your master certification. We also have a whole library. So don't think of it as like you get trained and then so many times we forget everything that we learn a week later, 2 weeks later. So in this case, you have access to this whole Psych Hub learning platform, which is a library of hundreds of videos. So if someone you're talking to might be suicidal or tells you that they were diagnosed with bipolar or something might be going on, we have all of these videos for you to share with them so that you don't have to have all the right answers, and you can give them resources. And then a whole bunch of other videos and resources and PDFs and things like that we have, that we share, with so many, that we have shared with so many of our partners. And then once you get your mental health ally certification, you get a badge. There you go. There's my signature block. So you could see mine is on there. And we are training up thousands and thousands of people throughout the country. And so we want, I mean, our perfect world is that everybody knows how to be an ally and how to support someone. So I'm very excited to share that we've never done this before, but just for this event, we have our first ever promo discount. So, there you have it. I don't know if you want to screenshot it, if you just decided that you wanted to, just so you know, it's $99 at the retail price. So it just kind of gives you access for a whole year for the platform. So I don't know if you can also send us an email at info@psychhub.com, and that will also, we can help you and you can say that you were at this event. Then I want to tell you about a whole bunch of other free resources, so that hopefully at the end of my little presentation, you can walk away and feel like you got a whole bunch of things to help you in whatever your journey is in mental health. And we say that whether it's for yourself, for someone you love, for a parent, for a child, for a sibling, for a friend, for a coworker. So I'm going to go through. We have Psych Hub has a very close partnership with YouTube. And so we would love for you to check out our YouTube channel. We just surpassed 3 million views on Psych Hub. We have over 200 animated videos that are on there on all different types of topics. And so those are all free for you. We have a partner program. So any of you that are with organizations, it's free. We have over 600 partners. So we would love for you to become a partner. And when you do, then we give you direct access to the videos. We give you links so you can use them however you want. And then we have all kinds of other resources that we do for our partners, and it's completely free. And so there's the website page on that is psychhub.com/partners. But also I think the email for that is partners@psychhub.com. So that's another way. We also run a podcast. Patrick and I run one called the Future of Mental Health, and we have just brought in all kinds of leaders in the space. We have the audio version on all platforms, and then we do have the video version on YouTube. And it's been really a lot of fun and so interesting. So it's really for an audience, if you're interested in mental health and kind of a lot about different advocacy, where we need to go at a systemic level, at what some people who are very passionate. We had Josh Groban talk about how he uses music. We have all kinds of different folks on there, so we can check that out. We also, as another free resource, have partnered with Columbia University on a series called Ask the Expert. And it is so much fun every time I do one. I'm actually recording one right after this. I learned so much, and I'm a licensed clinician, and I just am amazed at how many smart people they have. And so there are topics on things like how to parent a child with ADHD or how to manage my anxiety. And we have these great experts from Columbia, these professors, and they kind of break it down in everyday, kind of just everyday terminology. And I feel like I'm like marathon speaking here. But lastly, we also have these free books that we have worked really hard on. One of them is a communication guide, which is how do we talk about mental health? It's really important that we use inclusive language and imagery whenever we're talking about mental health. We want to make sure we don't exclude people and we're saying things the right way. So we have that's completely free to download. And then we also have a guide for sharing your lived experience. You know, so much of what is happening now is we're really working on people talking about their experiences, which really help to kind of mitigate the stigma. And so we have that as well. And I think that's the end of my slides. So I probably got through that, and I was supposed to do it in 20 minutes, and I think I did it in 10. So that might be the record of the fastest that I've ever gone through it. But now that I have a little bit more time, I can slow down and really talk for a minute about the mental health ally. And I truly encourage everybody to do it, because the feedback that we're hearing now and having from people who are allies, it's it's unbelievable. And I think it those of us at Psych Hub, it really charges us every day to get up and get to work and do it, because everybody is struggling right now. And I say that so widely, but I think all of you know, I mean, this whole pandemic has really affected all of us, and in so many different ways. And maybe now you're fine and last week you weren't, or next week you won't be, but it's very different. And we've learned a lot about what isolation does and lack of human contact, and just how important mental health is, and how it's such an important part of physical health. And if we can learn to be there for each other and support each other and listen to each other, then we're so much better off for each other, for our communities, and for our whole world. And I just promise you that even if you think you know how to be there for people, and, I, like myself, I spent 10 years in private practice as a licensed psychotherapist. Even sometimes when I feel like somebody might be suicidal, I think, oh shoot, what should I say? What should I do? Should I say and it is so nice to have a framework so that okay, these are the things I should ask, and this is what I should say, and this is what I shouldn't say, and this is when I should get help, or to be able to kind of snap into motivational interviewing. So I think all of that is so critical at a time like this. And I think we're finding that there is such a need for licensed therapists. It is so important. But at the same time, it's not as anybody can help out and kind of fill that gap. And I think Catherine is going to come over and talk to me.
I cannot believe all you have been doing in this space in a very short amount of time. It's just incredible.
Well, thank you. Definitely COVID kicked everything in overdrive for Psych Hub. We had just had our 1-year anniversary. We're just about to have our second one this year in April, and the need was great. So it's been an honor, and it's actually been a lot of fun. And the people in the space are amazing. And for those of us in mental health, we keep saying this, like, this is our time. And we're just so thrilled that people are paying attention. They're paying attention to themselves and their mental health and their physical health, and that it's being integrated into one for the first time.
Yeah, I know. Finally, right? I feel like if that's the one positive of COVID, it's made people understand the importance of mental health and the need to be really proactive about it. And I love that you have an ally program now. That's incredible. Yay.
It's been unbelievable. It's our favorite thing. It wasn't where we're very focused on training licensed behavioral health providers. That's our core business, and we're doing it, I would say, phenomenally well. But there was such a need for everybody to just get the basic skills to help out. And whether it's a faith leader or a hairdresser or a friend or a colleague at work, people always say to us, what are the average people that take, the MHAC? And we don't have an answer, because we always say it's really whoever is hungry or thirsty for that information. And it ends up being all different kinds of people. It's been fascinating.
Yeah, that's amazing. And pre-COVID, I've been attending the World Health Organization's MHGAP forum for a very long time. And the consistent messaging pre-COVID was that we don't have enough trained professions in the field. We don't have enough resources. And I think that what we know from COVID is the impact of mental health is significant. And so never has it been more important that everyone gets trained. And so that you've created a really accessible, easy kind of way to get involved as a layperson and get some training on how to address different issues is really incredible.
I felt like, when I understood the theme of today, I really just thought, on one hand, I wanted to give access to all of these free resources, because we should never put anything in the way of people being armed with literacy. I think it's just fascinating how much we don't know. And by the way, it's none of our fault. It's literally just the system that we live in. It's so hard to get both credible content, quality content, and information. I mean, it's almost just like there's too much information, there's too much noise. So I wanted to focus today on that. We have all this free content. And then again, like I said, we'd never done like a discount on our mental health ally certification, but I just thought, what an important thing to do because for the most part, it's through large corporations and organizations who are making it available for their employees and their their staff and things like that. And so that's why I was like, we got to figure out how to do a promo code. So it was like even a little bit more complicated because we had to figure out how to do the promo code for this and then, have it be embedded in our system. So we're excited about that and hopefully people will take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. How long is the training? What's kind of involved in it?
That's a great question. So each module is about an hour. So to do the full certification is 8 hours, but we have the micro certs, like I was mentioning. So you can get 4 micro certifications and those are each 2 hours each. And there's no order in how you take them. We put a lot of thought into that. We really want people to take what they're interested in. So you can get a micro cert in diversity and mental health. It's really cool too, Catherine, because we look at diversity, not just color, but everything from size and clothing and gender and sexuality, and even things like geography, like rural and urban. I mean, you don't think about things that we have these perceptions that we make of people based off of all of these different factors. So we really provoke people to think about that. I will say that the feedback has been great. So I will tell you that, but some feedback has been that some of it's a little heavy, especially substance use and suicide. And we've really thought a lot about it and we've decided to keep it the way it is because these are serious subjects and we don't want to kind of sugarcoat it. And we know that you change behavior with emotion. And so it's important that people hear, these lived experience stories. There's a lot of videos of lived experience in it. And so what we did was we called a reflection pool. So if someone's feeling just kind of a little bit, overwhelmed, or they can go into this reflection pool and do some meditating and some breathing. And then, like I said, there's a whole library of resources. So you have access to it for a year to pull from that.
That's amazing. Yeah. And I mean, it is heavy, but getting in touch with those feelings and the fact that you provide support for people that if they're triggered or, having an experience is really important too. So this is so helpful. Is there anything else you want to share? Really great work. I'm excited. I remember when it was starting out with videos and I just thought finally someone that understands marketing and branding and short, and really teaching in that way, because for mental health, one of the biggest challenges and what I think it relates to stigma is just the imagery and just kind of everything we do around mental health is just very, draining. And so you take it from all different perspectives and your video library is really informative. Makes bite-sized pieces of information that people can understand in a creative way.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. We work so hard on them. A 3-minute video is good. So much goes into it. It's crazy what we put in, from everything from the storyboard to the QA process where it goes out for review. But the thing we're the most proud of, after even 3 million views, we've never once had to take anything down for an edit. And I think that we created a whole, I don't want to say nightmare, but a whole crazy process to get one live. But when it goes live, they're great. They are subtitled in 4 languages, and we are in the process of doing some in Spanish. We're doing a trial right now in one in German. So we're kind of sort of trying out some of those new things in some different languages. And I think I just would say that to leave on that, these are really pivotal times and we can make a difference now. And part of that is just really being open to talk to people. And, even though I'll tell you everybody should be an ally in all of this, at the end of the day, we really just need to really learn to listen and have empathy. And I had an article come out today in Quartz that I co-wrote with Johnny Taylor, the CEO of SHRM, on empathy in the workplace. But it's so important that we have empathy and that we try to try to just kind of step outside of ourselves and see, it doesn't matter whether it's politics or color of skin or whatever it might be. We're so divided. And I feel like if we can just try to be more empathic and just listen, that will be just a great first step. So I guess that would be my only sort of like plea is just, you know, and I always think that too. It's like when you think about the people you want to be around the most, they're usually the ones that are good listeners and they just listen. So anyone can reach out to us. We're info@psychup.com. We want to hear from all of you. Become partners. We'll give you all kinds of free stuff and let's all like make the world a happier place.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, thank you so much. It was great to see you today and I'll look forward to connecting with you more soon.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you
for everyone. Bye.
Soon. Bye.